On the outside, I looked like I had it all. Great friends, grades, the pick of any guy I wanted. Life was great. Till the night everything changed.
Inspector Paul Johnson. I'll be conducting the interview with Jessica McKenna in relation to case 210. Describe how you know Brian Conway.
Brian's my English teacher and the debate team coach.
How would you describe your relationship?
No different than any other student. Jessie's a model student.
Jessie?
Everyone calls her Jessie. It's a force of habit.
If your relationship was friendly, how do you explain the Facebook message that was sent the night before?
I was angry. Brian dropped me from the debate team.
Under what grounds?
She failed her English exam. It's our policy that team members keep their grades above a C.
Any reason she went from a straight A student?
A star.
My daughter had just broke up with her boyfriend. She was really down.
What led to the breakdown in the relationship?
The last 2 months we were together, barely even spoke to each other. Then she drops me by text. Apparently I wasn't old or mature enough for her.
Your ex-boyfriend said you were distant.
I had exams to study for. He was always so selfish, so...
Controlling? That's typical Jessica. She acts like a saint, but she's a scheming wee bitch.
Scheming how?
She just does everything for herself. She uses everyone.
Tony Roberts doesn't speak highly of your daughter.
She was too good for him, and he knew it. I was glad when it ended.
How so?
Well, she was busy with exams and the debate team.
How often did the debate team meet?
Tuesdays and Thursdays after class.
Never at your house?
No, that would be.
Inappropriate to call at your teacher's house by yourself?
I want it back on the team. All the hard work, sacrifice. Nothing was going to stop me from making this year's team. Especially after missing out last year.
And why's that?
We didn't think she was ready.
How did Jessica take being dropped?
She was heartbroken. My fault, probably.
What do you mean?
Jessica's dad left us when she was just a baby. I've spoilt her rotten. Jessica gets what Jessica wants.
Who was at home when you arrived at Mr. Conway's?
I was. David Baker.
How long have you and Mr. Conway been in a relationship?
3 years. We met when I was working at the university. He left his wife for me.
How would you describe the relationship?
Not perfect, but what relationship is?
Where was Mr. Conway on the night in question?
I left after an argument.
What was the argument about?
David's trust issues.
Can you elaborate?
He's my first gay relationship. He's worried that I'm suddenly going to think it's just a phase. It's ironic given that he's...
Bisexual. But Brian's the first person I've ever loved. I've trust issues, but I'm not...
Jealous. I can't even talk to female friends, colleagues.
Students? You said we decided Jessica wasn't ready last year. Who's we?
David. He was drinking heavier then. I took Jessica off the team to stop the arguments. David's a...
Recovering alcoholic.
Would explain your trust issues.
Brian's always working late or has some excuse.
Have you been having an affair?
No.
Mr. Baker said you were always working late.
I had to take the extra work since David...
Got fired from the university for excessive drinking.
I find it hard to cope when Brian's never at home.
Home to what? An abusive partner?
So there was violence in the relationship.
No, I've never...
He attacked me 18 months ago. David had a relapse. came in to find him passed out on the sofa, and when I tried to move him, he hit me, he broke my nose.
Why was this never reported?
I was in the middle of a really messy divorce. I had nowhere else to go.
I don't remember doing it. I was drinking so much I blacked out.
When it became apparent Mr. Conway wasn't at the house, why did you still go in?
He said Brian would be back soon.
And what state was Mr. Baker in?
He was upset. I could tell that he'd been crying.
What did you talk about?
Told her about the argument with Brian.
Did it surprise you?
I knew David and Brian were having problems.
How so?
4 months ago, I went to see Brian after class to talk about making this year's team. And he was crying and he told me David had an affair.
Why would you disclose this information with a student?
I felt lonely. Betrayed by my partner.
And you still stayed?
I moved out for a couple of weeks until...
You put Mr. Conway's name on the deeds of your house?
To show him that I loved him.
What happened next?
David was drinking vodka straight.
Did you start drinking before or after the argument with Mr. Conway?
I found a yellow hair ribbon behind our bed. When I asked him about it, he stormed out.
Where is the yellow ribbon?
He imagines things when he's been drinking.
How drunk was Mr. Baker?
The bottle, it was nearly empty. He was slurring. I told him that he should sleep it off. But he started shouting.
Why didn't you leave when Mr. Baker became irrational?
I tried.
I know this is difficult for you, but I need you to tell me what happened next.
I got up to leave. And David, he grabbed me.
You pinned her against the wall.
No, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't hurt her.
Like you wouldn't have hurt your boyfriend?
I know I didn't hurt her.
He got on top of me and I tried to fight him off, but he was too strong. And he started shouting.
You would have killed her if she didn't shut up.
No. No, I would never hurt her.
Just admit it. Just admit what you did.
Look, I was just...
Blacked out. Like when you attacked Mr. Conway. Now you know what you did to that poor girl. Tell me what you did. What did you do?
He raped me. And I keep on asking myself, why? Why didn't you fight more? When you're scared, you don't know what's happening to you. All you can do is close your eyes and hope. Just wait for everything to be over. And when he finished, all I wanted was my mummy.
I'm sorry. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Are you sure you don't want me to stay home?
Honestly, I'm okay. We go to work.
I just don't like leaving you in the house on your own.
I'm safe. David's gone away for a very long time.
I'm so proud of you. How you handled everything.
I'm getting there.
You are.
with David in jail and a new job waiting for me next week. Everything that I went through, the trial, the press, the tears, the lies, it was all worth it.